collusion between members of the Trump campaign and the Russians. There was no evidence of that included in our report.
I understand that, but does it exist?
Not to my knowledge.
You say, no, not to my knowledge. Is that still accurate?
It is.
Do you have evidence that there was in fact collusion between Trump associates and Russia during the campaign?
Not at this time.
Quoting you now, you said, not at this time. Has anything changed since we spoke last?
Well, no, it hasn't.
Do you believe there's been collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia from what you know?
So I don't know. We certainly don't have a smoking gun.
I don't see any evidence of collusion. Do you?
No.
Have you seen anything that suggests any collusion between the Russians and the Trump campaign?
Well, there's an awful lot of smoke there, let's put it that way. People that might have said they were involved, to what extent they were involved, to what extent the president might have known about these people or whatever. There's nothing there from that standpoint that we have seen directly linking our president to any of that.
Scum! Russian scum!
What I don't get is how the FBI can have a counterintelligence investigation suggesting collusion and you as Director of National Intelligence not know about it, and the FBI sign on to a report that basically said there was no collusion.
I can only speculate why that's so. There wasn't the evidence, if there was any, it didn't reach the evidentiary bar in terms of the level of confidence that we were striving for in that intelligence community assessment.
We can say, we have said repeatedly over the last 2 months that our source is not the Russian government and it is not a state party.
But we have seen no evidence, been presented with no evidence that anybody on the Trump campaign or an American was involved, including with the Russians.
I've seen no evidence. And again, I would just say that media reports have gotten pretty far over their skis on this.
We didn't see the sort of technical interference that I know people had concerns about also in terms of voting machines and the like.
So you have no intelligence that suggests or evidence that suggests any votes were changed?
I have nothing generated by the National Security Agency, sir.
Director Comey, do you have any evidence at the FBI that any votes were changed in the states that I mentioned to Admiral Rogers?
No. I've seen no evidence either, and I would like Director Comey, if you can, to either say yes or no, if you can at this stage, and if, I believe there was none.
We in the committee have seen no evidence, zero, that would indicate that there was collusion or criminal wrongdoing between any members of the previous administration or campaign and Russian officials.
I'm not prepared to say it was intentional collusion. I've not seen any evidence of that.
There is no serious person out there who would suggest somehow that you could even rig America's elections.
Scum!